Note to self, please check and make sure that you have wire before you start welding. So I started patching just a little bit of that crack and wondered why. I thought I welded the tip in or something, and nope, we just have no more. So I gotta go get some. I don't think I have any more. I gotta look, but I don't think so. Well, there's my end of the day. Didn't get too much done of what I wanted to do, but covering up what I've grinded to hold it down. Turns out that was a 33-pound roll of wire, and it does not fit. It would not feed. It wouldn't fit in, so I've got to return that, and they're getting me one for the morning. So, and my bucket spacers were FedEx. They were supposed to be here Saturday, and they were going to be here Monday today, and now they're not coming till tomorrow. So, and then I've got those are the bucket spacers, the smaller ones, and then this bigger one. These two bigger ones are coming. They're supposed to come today as well, so we'll see if they come. Came from different places, but that's all right. It'll get done. Thanks for watching. Okay, here's a better look at it. Hopefully you can see it with the light, but you can see how bad they wore that out. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to use that cherry picker just to help me get it tacked, because I don't have anybody to hold it. But what I'm going to do is I can't get it exactly in place, but I'm going to get this tacked up right here. And then I'm going to use the bucket itself on the floor to curl this around. So I'm going to bend this around this with the floor. And in theory that should work. I don't see how it can't. I'm pretty sure that this can exert a lot more weight than that thing will take to bend it. So, and I'm also going to go in here. Again, the lighting's not very good, but where they tried to fix it, they fixed it from the inside. I'm going to fix these things on the outside before I put this across, and that should help. So, and then I'm going to, like I said, I'm going to weld the tooth on as well as bolt it, but I'm going to do that. So I'm just going to get set up here, and at least that's what the plan is. Here's a quick shot of the tooth is bolted and welded on. Not too bad. Won't win any awards, but it's not too bad. Couldn't get in that side very well, and I'm not bending down to get the other side, but that's what it looks like. So that one should not be lost. And you can look at the profiles of them That one's a lot thicker, obviously. Those have worn down, but I won't wear them out. So let somebody else worry about taking that off in 30 years from now. Alright, so now what I'm going to attempt to do, this is where having somebody else here would be much beneficial. I'm going to, this has got to get welded, so I've got to lift the bucket up enough to get that here so I can tack the top of it and then bend it around. I was going to use a cherry picker. I brought the cherry picker around. I don't know if we can, I got a long extension on it. I was going to hold it with that. But I'm going to give this a shot. So I've got to get in and out, and just to get that. So if you guys want to tell me, just yell loudly when this gets here, and maybe I'll hear you and I'll be able to stop. So I want it to be right about here. So it's got to go about 11 inches, 12 inches. So yell loudly. You must have not been loud enough. I didn't hear you. I got to come down about 3 inches. All right, try it again. Not exactly. I guess a little louder this time. I get it on here. Yeah, I heard you on that one. The only other real problem is they didn't cut those exactly straight, and I'm going to have to tip it because I think when that gets bent around, this end is going to be over here. It's got to be like that. So I'll put a shim underneath, and we'll give that a shot. But thanks on that third try. You guys did good on that one. Thanks. I can't take too long because this bucket creeps down a little bit. Yeah. It'll work now, but once I get it tacked, I'm going to have to lift it up. I hope that it's... I'm looking at it. It looks like it'll bend around, but you never know if the bucket's bent or not. Whatever. We'll find out. Make sure the helmet's on. Kept going. I have to say that's damn good. I got brand new gas, because I knew I was going to run out. So, I got new gas. Alright, well, let me take that off. Don't forget to tell me to put the ground back on afterwards too, because if I forget, it's going to be your fault. Try one thing before I roll it with the bucket. I'm going to try, see if I can hang on it. If that will hang on it, push on it. If that will go down enough. And we'll find out. I'm going to say that's going to be enough. There's me hanging on it. No to the meat. Alright, that's a good thing, I guess. I don't weigh enough to make that go. The 3 pounds I lost already on the kilo. Alright. Now you gotta help me line it up on there too. That works. Put a little pressure on that. I got to get you guys walkie-talkie so you can tell me there. That won't be too shabby right there if I could. Well, there we go. For everybody that thinks I'm not very smart. Look at that curve, huh? I'm good to there. I can tack, I'll weld that sucker right to there. Look at that beautiful weld right there. Yeah, I can go to right about there. All right, let me get to it. And thank you for reminding me. I appreciate that. I was about to forget. I think that was you, Keith. Dave or Robert, one or the other. Let's see if that'll round off enough. Got my thinking cap. I don't think YouTube will know this music. I like to listen to this. When you see me with my earbuds on when I'm working, this is what I'm listening to. it look so far? I just filled that gap in. That was a big gap there, so I just tried to fill it in a little bit. I'll have to do probably one or two more. Hopefully we don't get any splatter on the lens. Because it will splatter a little bit with the gap. I gotta build that up a little bit. Alright, that pretty much filled the gap. Now I'll weld it. Okay, I do one little bit right there. That was a low spot. And one right there. Won't hurt to have two passes on this anyway, because this thing's gonna take a lot of abuse. Well, and I just noticed this. I asked, when I ordered this steel, I asked for it to be cut to 57 inches. Because one stick of this is 20 feet. So 4 pieces out of that, 5 feet, 60 inches. I needed 3 inches off each one. And I left it purposely short up on the top. That's how I measured it. And I just noticed just now that it's hanging way past on the bottom. And the problem with that is I want to weld all the way across the bottom. I don't want just welding on the sides and having that dirt to be able to get up underneath there. So now I'm gonna have to cut that myself. And the problem is I'm using that I'm using that part to pull it. Nobody ever does. This is why I don't have anybody do anything. Because nobody, I mean, a simple thing, I asked for 57 inches and I get 60 because it was easier for them and I didn't measure it, right? So I paid for them to cut it. So how hard is it if they have to cut it, and they would have ended up with a foot extra they could have used on a project. They would have had a foot extra if they just cut them 57 and kept the piece, and I would have paid for the whole thing. Oh well. Why should this be any different? Well, while I have it, I got that pushed tight so I could tack it, and then I'll move it down and push the end tight. That gap right there is, I'm never going to get that to go in there. I don't really want it to, because then if it pushes on it, it's going to push the inside of the bucket. So I'm going to leave that. I may put a couple of strips on either side of it just to keep the dirt out, but once the dirt gets in there, it'll be fine anyway. That'll actually help strengthen it, I'm sure. And I just found this crack. Well, it's not really a crack. This side of the bucket down there is peeled open, and I don't know that I'm gonna bother trying to get that to go bend all the way in. But this gap was about to where the tip of my finger is, so I just cleaned all the dirt out, blew it out. I'm gonna grind this now, and when I tack that, I'm gonna weld this just to keep that from peeling open. But it's coming along. It's coming along. It's not the quickest thing. And the shims that they sent me yesterday, I love this eBay. I should have just ordered them from the other place, but it was for those 2 3/4 inch. They send me the outside dimension is 2 3/4 inch. Who cares about what the outside dimension is? It's the inside that needs to fit over. It's just like those other ones are huge that are on there, but they work. But they certainly aren't going to work when they're the exact size of the pin. So I gotta call and order more from the place that I ordered it from in New Jersey or New York or somewhere up there. So all right, well, let me get tacking here. Well, here's the start of number 2. I forgot to set a camera up, but this one was a little bit quicker this time. You guys were good. You yelled just in time. Only took me one time to get out, and I got it. So there's the initial tack, and now it is time to bend it. Well, there we go. It's a nice bend. 12 inches into the ground with the 6x6s, but that is like perfect. I just wish I could weld it right there, but I gotta tack it because I can't lay on the ground and do that. Well, here's a quick shot of how I rigged this up. Had to take one of our cats to the vet, so I wasted like 2.5 hours waiting and doing all that. So it's already like 5 o'clock almost when I got back. But this is how I put a 6x6, well, a 4x6, 2 straps to push it in. Now I still need to bend it in. I got a little bit more of a gap right there, but I tacked the top, and I'm going to pull this off, and then I'm going to tack the top right along the top as well. And then either later after dinner or tomorrow morning, I will push down. I'll bend the middle in on one of these 6x6s, get that pushed in, and then flip it back up and do a vertical weld there. And so that's 2. I'm almost halfway there. 2 more to go, but they're going a little bit quicker now. I know exactly how to roll it. But if you look at this one, well, if you can see it, I mean, that one's bent differently than this one is bent differently. You know, it is good that I didn't have them try to pre-bend these for me, because they'd be bent in ways that wouldn't fit perfectly. This was a good idea of using the bucket to roll it around. So I do have, once in a while, I do get a few of those good ideas. I figured it would be strong enough to do it. So all right, well, enough talking. I gotta get I want to get these straps off and get that top done. Totally messed up my ground here. here's a shot from this side. Nice and tight. Nice and tight. So I'm gonna tack down as far as I can and then lift it up so I can weld it. That's a very difficult weld, at least for me. Uphill. That's kind of downhill or uphill, either way you go. And it tends to want to droop or drip, at least when I do it. And I'm sure good welders can do it, but I'm gonna do it the easy way. Welcome back, everyone, and good morning. Today is the last, I've got the last wear strip to put on, so I'm excited about that. And I'd like to thank everybody for their support on the video of Chuck Kennedy being killed while working for the DOT. I appreciate everyone that made those comments and was going to pass on the word. So sorry this is kind of later into the video, but all the other video clips obviously had happened before that. So I'm just going to get to it, and not too bad. Only a little bit of rust from over the night. It didn't rain or anything. That's just from the humidity. But so I'm just going to wire wheel that off quick and get started. So I'm happy to get this finished. Oh, and the other thing that I've done, and of course it won't be done in time, but I ordered a keeper for the stiff arm for the thumb. I figured since I'm welding, I might as well weld that up as well, so I won't have to have that stupid ratchet strap anymore and the thing swinging in the breeze, and it still makes noise because it bangs back and forth. So it kind of looks like that bracket right there. It's got a place for 2 pins, so you keep the pin in there when you're not using it, and so they're supposed to be, but it's like a 2-week lead time. I just got off the phone and ordered it from Pemberton, so hopefully it'll come sooner. He said he'll try, but I won't hold my breath on that. But at least I know it's coming, and I can bring it back around whenever that gets done. So okay, I'm gonna get to work. All right, I forgot to set the camera up while I was doing it, but I got that, tacked it over there, and that's nice and tight right there. So I'm going to tack that some more, and then I'm going to flip it up so that I can weld it in a good manner rather than upside down. So almost there, almost there. Well, you don't see that every day. Don't leave a rag on the ground while you're welding. Note to self. Whoops. Okay, here's a look at the top. 1, 2, 3, 4. I think it looks pretty good. It's not beautiful, but it was tough with the gaps and the way the bucket was bent, but I don't think it's going to come off, so I'm happy with it. Well, okay, they're all on. This one had a lot of filling in to do, but I think it came out pretty good. Well, I just have to wait for the bucket shims to come, the replacement ones, and as I said, I also bought the keeper for this with a pin, so it's going to take 2 to 3 weeks, but I'll get that changed. I won't have to have this thing, and I hate this thing flapping, and I always think something's breaking when I see it flapping around. There, it's back again, but hopefully it'll come quicker. So all right, I just got to clean up everything now, so I got tools and stuff everywhere. So hope you enjoyed it. It's not for, I'm not a welder, I just play one on TV, and hope you enjoyed it. I didn't really enjoy it. I used to enjoy welding, but this was a pain. So all right, hopefully we'll get this back out and start doing some more work. Again, thanks for watching. Appreciate y'all. Catch you on the next one.